Oh man, this place is amazing. So remember when I left you last night, I listed all of the things that had gone wrong for us that day? Well, I forgot two things, one of which is a wheel bearing has welded itself to a spindle. Second of which is we're missing some parts off of the brakes on the right front of our car, so I'm gonna harvest them off this friendly Buick right here. There we go. That is what I need right there. Just that adjuster that holds the brake shoes at the bottom.
Our radiator has a tiny crack in it, and I'm gonna fix it using something I've never used before, JB Weld radiator weld. Essentially what this is fiberglass cloth, 2-part epoxy, and a piece of sandpaper. I'm gonna sand the radiator to take all the paint off of it. Then I'll clean it with brake clean, mix these two items together, and within 30 minutes, this should be completely cured and ready for us to do lots of burnouts and pressurize our cooling system with a blown head gasket. And I'm sure it will not leak. I feel good about it.
Okay, I got my junkyard parts. I can put this thing back together and put it on a new wheel cylinder. Here's the other problem I told you about. This wheel bearing is rusted onto the spindle right here. But this bearing is actually in good shape, so I'm just gonna grease it up. Here's a tech tip. This grease is for GM, Chrysler, European, and Japanese vehicles. Do not use this on a Ford, ever. Okay, what I'm doing now is figuring out how to pack this wheel bearing that is stuck on the spindle.
Now it's time to once again bleed the brakes and find out, can we get fluid to the 4 corners here?
Down?
Down.
Here, just try and move some fluid through.
Okay.
Oh, wait, maybe. Down.
Down.
Okay, just got my first tiny bit. Go up.
Up.
Okay, we're finally making some progress on the brakes. I got fluid moving through the rear system. Topping that off. Now I'll do the front. Up.
Up.
Down.
Down.
First fluid.
Here's our 2 fuel pumps. This is the old one, this is the new one. They're basically the same, except this one has an extra outlet here. And the inlet is pointing a different direction, but I don't think that's really gonna matter. So we'll just pop this in. Hopefully Freiburger wraps up that brake over there, and then we can fire the engine finally and see, you know, does the trans shift, do the wheels move, all the important things.
I fixed the brakes with Junkyard parts. Finnegan's got the new fuel pump on there. We've got our super loud and complaining ancient battery charger hooked up, and we're finally ready to crank it again. This is like take 7 to try and make it run so we can time it. So what we're looking for is to see if that new fuel pump is gonna work. That's 2 fuel pumps that don't work. That's telling me that, like, there's no fuel pump eccentric inside the engine for some reason, or we got the wrong pump, or who knows what.
Battery charger's awesome. We've bypassed the factory gas tank and installed the new fuel pump. We still don't have any fuel up at the carburetor. Leads us with 2 conclusions. Either the eccentric, which is on the camshaft, which is what rotates and actuates the lever of the fuel pump, isn't present, or has fallen off, or was never there. Or we have a clog in our inlet or our outlet, something's happening, so we're taking the pump back off to try to look up in the engine block and see what we can see.
There we go. Okay, so there's the pump. This arm rides on an eccentric on the camshaft that makes it go up and down. I'm thinking the eccentric's not there. There is no eccentric on the front of the cam. Perfect. The bolt is there, the timing chain's held on, but the eccentric is gone.
Okay, so we're not taking the cam out, so we'll put an electric pump on it.
Yeah.
And then go have fun.
Wait a minute, where's the old pump? There is no wear mark whatsoever on the pump arm. This pump has never had an eccentric on it.
Yeah, see, and look, this is like swap meet or junkyard labeling here. So I think the car was here and somebody tried to get it running with this and failed and gave up.
Ooh, I know. So this is a 400 instead of a 350, and it's got a turbo 400 in it with a long tail shaft. This drivetrain didn't come out of this car.
Right.
So the guy swaps it in, puts headers on it, header mufflers, the whole deal. Never gets it running in this car.
Yeah.
and can't figure it out, so he sends it to the junkyard.
It's gotta be.
Is that it?
Well, we'll never know, because the guy that last owned it, at least on paper, is either dead or hiding, because even the sheriff that came here yesterday to verify the VIN number and give us paperwork so we could buy it, he couldn't find
Couldn't find the guy.
So we'll probably never know, but we can certainly fix it and enjoy the fruits of that dude's labor.
Next step, electric fuel pump.